Good morning, everybody. I'm meteorologist Griffin Hardy here with your national forecast for today. All across the eastern seaboard, we're looking pretty good to start off on Wednesday. All clear skies in New York City and Atlanta and back home in Starkville. Temperatures are pretty widespread across the board. Upper 50s in New York. Lower 60s and mostly cloudy in Los Angeles. Over to the west, looking a little bit more cloudy and such. But all across the United States right now at the moment, we've got a pretty good cold front bringing in some rain chances up into Montana. Good cold front about to make its way into New York City, so you could see some bit more clouds work their way in the next 5 or 6 hours or so. Pretty much high pressures dominating across much of the continental United States. Many of us down here in the southeast are still looking pretty dry. The drought is remaining in effect for many of us here. And temperatures are pretty warm across the central United States and the south in mid and upper 70s. Texas 77 in Dallas, a little bit much cooler to the upper northwest. 45 degrees in Seattle, 76 in Las Vegas. So still pretty warm for November, but we're hoping for some more cooler temperatures, and we do have them on the way. This is the big weather player that's going to be coming into play in the next 72 hours or so. This dip in the jet stream that's going to bring a much cooler air than we have been seeing across much of the United States going forward. So right at about Thursday morning, we're looking at a pretty good potential for some snow to develop in areas like Wyoming, Utah, and just west of Denver. That low pressure is going to drift its way up to the northeast, give some really good snow potential in the Dakotas and the panhandle of Nebraska. Down to the southeast, this cold front is going to continue to progress and bring some pretty good rain chances Friday morning through Texas. It's going to progress its way and move a little bit faster Friday afternoon, bring pretty good rain chances all the way along the Mississippi Valley up into the Ohio River Valley, looking at some good rain chances as the cold front progresses its way to the east. Down to the far southeast in southern Georgia and Florida, that ridge of high pressure will remain in effect and limit rain chances in the near future. So over the next 3 days, the precipitation outlook looks pretty good across the eastern seaboard right here, right along the Mississippi Valley, looking at a potential for a ½ inch or so across much of this area. And in the next 5 days, best rain potential right here along the west coast, looking at a good potential for 3/4 to 1 inch of rainfall, and pretty good chances here in the New England area, Minnesota and Wisconsin, pretty good there as well. Chance of rain is pretty good, looking at a potential for about 1 inch. This is an area of interest we're looking at right now. This is Invest 90L, which is a bit of a fluke for this time of year. Not usually seeing tropical systems develop this late into the year, but it is looking pretty good on our tropical satellite. Pretty good organized circulation here. Not much convection with this, but it does have the potential to develop into a tropical storm. The only problem is it's probably not going anywhere near the Gulf of Mexico. There's a good bit of dry air as we get this late into the year that begins to make its way down into the southeast and into the Gulf of Mexico. That really limits the potential for any tropical systems. So if it were to develop, I would believe that it would go out into the Atlantic Ocean or the eastern North Pacific. So that's worth keeping an eye on over the next 48 hours, and we're going to continue to monitor that and give you the latest when we know what we know. That's your national forecast. I'm meteorologist Griffin Hardy. Thank you very much for watching.